the property that I'm looking for. I'm watching. There is no really good ones that I would like it for them.
So
But
in the area that he's looking at, what is the average sales price in that specific area that he's looking at?
the properties go around 250, at least 250 to 25. So that is not something that we can do.
Okay, so what does that tell you? What kind of conversation should you be having with your client?
Change the sound, look for another places, because we can no go there. I think so. Okay, let me think.
Good morning.
Have you suggested? I'm sorry. You might have already said that when you were cutting out for me, and you might have already said this, but have you had that conversation with him that, hey, Mr. Buyer, I understand you want to be in this area. However, the average sales price in this area is $250. Have you at his areas that are close that could possibly fit his price range and given him that option?
Yeah, I'm working on that. Yes, I'm working on that.
Okay.
I just want to bring this over here. Maybe somebody has a property that is a good property for a good option. So just that is the reason.
For a little bit.
Okay, perfect. Well, it sounds like you're doing everything that you should be doing, Jacqueline. That's just a tough, price niche to begin with. Doesn't matter what area it's in. So do you have him set up on a search?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're doing everything that you can be doing, unless somebody else has any other suggestions or feedback for Jacqueline.
Did y'all possibly talking about doing a re-buyer consultation, like going through the process again?
Okay, but looking what information?
He's
Okay.
pre-qualified for 175, Ozzy. It's just finding that property. He wants to be in a certain area, and the average sales price for that area is like $250. Okay, anything else anybody has?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Good luck.
Thank you.
I stepped away, but I said rebuyer consultation. Guys, a rebuyer consultation isn't always just like the search. A rebuyer consultation. So if you go to buyer consultation, you do the buyer consultation, you sit down, you look at the number, you set the expectations, all these things, and you and your buyer do not seem on the same page. Sometimes sitting down and doing another buyer consultation, I call it a rebuyer consultation, isn't about just numbers. It's not just about like, this is the house you're looking for. It's about reestablishing the relationship, setting more clear expectations. And sometimes, like if it's, rare occasions, I will say, you may have to fire them and say, hey, look, I just don't think we're a good fit anymore. You don't seem to want to work with me on what's real here. And I'm not sure we're a good fit for each other. But most of the time it's just, hey, we've got to redefine our roles. We got to redefine the rules of engagement here. We've got to redefine like what we're really doing, because it's not working. And I feel like you're stepping outside the box and it's not really working. Can we get on the same page here? It's a relationship thing. That makes sense. Does it? Yes, no.
Yes, I'll see. Thank you.
Yes.
If we revisited My question is, what about if he wants to work with maybe with short sales property? Because he has time. He said, I don't have time to wait. I can wait. And maybe in that case, I can find a property in that price. I was thinking that.
So what's that really going to change?
It's gonna really change that the property needs some improvements, so it's gonna be also more affordable, lower price in the area that he wants.
But it's still the same. Like, I got to tell you, short sales maybe at most, like the protocol on a short sale is usually the lender is only going to drop maybe 10 to 15% off of what they would consider retail. So if y'all are looking at $250,000 areas based on what I heard, correct?
Yes.
That still puts you at $225,000 and he's at $175,000, right?
Yeah, that is a
See, so that math doesn't work.
okay.
You got it?
Yes,
So,
I can move to other areas too, but let me check.
And that's a lot of times we have to do. So like there's times when I'm dealing with a buyer and they're dead set on Pearland and a price per square, like this many bedrooms and bathrooms, and I'm like, you know what, you can get that price on bedrooms and bathrooms in Alvin or in Pearland. You're going to have to take less bedrooms, less bathrooms, and less square footage. You just have to understand the market.
Okay.
And maybe just we got to take a small trip up the road.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. What's next? What other things y'all want to work through? Conversational skills. If we don't really have
I have something.
Go ahead, Aaron. What you got?
It's I guess for lease, if that's okay, but I know Mondays is leases, but I did not have this question on Monday. So I have a client, it's a couple, and we've already seen 4 houses and they want to go see like another 3 more. And I know I could ask Joe. I mean, I could have just saved this for Joe. And Joe has told me before, like, there's a max. You never want to see, X amount of houses. And I don't know how to bring that up with my clients and tell them like, hey, we've already seen a couple, I just don't know how to go from there.
So that it's actually universal between buyers and tenants in this situation, but I want to hear what other people have to say on this, and then I'll tell you my opinion on it. So,
thank you.
What do you guys think about the amount of houses you show to a client? Like, what is it? Do you have a set number? How do you keep it in that set number? I mean, how do you? Because some people have the philosophy like, I'll show you 50 houses. That's great customer service.
I'll show, Clarissa and I were just talking about this. We'll both show like 5 houses, like maybe 6, 7, but then they all start to blend together. Your clients oftentimes will start to lose like faith in the process. And so if after, 5 houses, they're still not happy, we need to go back to the drawing board and see what we're missing or what they're actually wanting. And kind of see what's going to meet their criteria so they can go ahead and select one and move on. Because the more houses you see, they're all going to start to blend together. You're wasting your time. Something is missing. So we need to go back and ask more questions.
She hit it. So guys, the statistics says, actually, if you show 7 or more houses, your buyer begins to lose confidence in your ability to represent them. That's the real deal. Why is that? Because you're showing a bunch of houses that aren't making them happy. You're showing a bunch of houses that aren't going to stick. So yes, and Chelsea, that's the recipe. If you've got to show 5, 7 or more houses, you don't just go show another 5 to 7 more houses. You should sit down and revisit the conversation to say, hey, those first 7 I showed you were a dud. Those were a flop. They did not work. I apologize. I should know you well enough and understand the situation well enough to where I delivered 7 properties that fit your criteria, where you could make a decision and buy a house in 7 properties. That statistically is the number that works. How did I fail you? And how do we get back on the same page so it doesn't happen again? Because I want to deliver the best product to you guys. It's actually going to fit. Let's sit back down and let's rediscover what really works for you guys. Let's have another buyer consultation. Because you can either have another buyer consultation or you can show another 20 damn houses. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, oddly enough, like I've been out showing my husband houses the last couple weeks, and he is that person. We found a couple we liked. We're like, okay, I'll draft up the paperwork, we'll roll. And he's like, let's go see some more houses. And I'm like, excuse me, what are you doing? And I literally had the same conversation with him. He's like, they all start to blend together. I'm like, yeah, so we're not going to see any more houses. You have made your choice. Like, this is what we're doing. But even like your own family will do it.
Chelsea, I got to tell you, you're not showing houses. You're going on date nights.
Well, whatever. I'd like to do it outside of my realm of real estate.
I'm
joking. Hey, Oz,
I
got a question about that. So, you know, I got the auto search, set them up a search on Heart, sends them the emails, and my clients are sending me homes that they want to go see, but it's not the right one. You know, so we're going to see them, and it's like, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. So it's not like I'm presenting it to them, but I am worried about the fatigue, like you're saying, like the house fatigue. But these are their choices. You know what I mean? Like they're just realizing their choices are wrong. And this is a young couple, you know what I mean? And they're like, I still think they're trying to figure out their way. You know what I mean? So
that's so what you're getting into right now. So if you look at it, man, honestly, if we sat down, we did the buyer consultation, I set their criteria, I'm sending them those houses that match what they told me, and they're sending me properties that aren't on that list that actually don't fit the criteria. The conversation is like, whoa, can we sit down again? Because I feel like I'm lost. You guys, we really sat down. We spent an hour together or whatever. We came up with criteria. I set that criteria, and you guys are not in that. Like the houses you were sending me are not lining up what we talked about. Where did we miss here? Can we get back and figure out how we can get on the same page? Because we said this many bathrooms, square footage, this area, this school, blah, blah, blah. And you sent me this. So we need to sit down and redefine what we're really looking for, because my list is taking us in this direction and you're taking us in this direction. And we need to get on the same page. We are a team. We can't be rowing in opposite directions. Laura, what were you going to say something, Laura?
Yes. So I guess I don't know if this is wrong on anybody's eyes, but it reminds me of this, was it Michael that he just said that they start sending him houses? Because I always set them on a search and I tell them, hey, if for any reason the criteria that I put in there or the houses that you guys are being sent is not exactly what you're looking for, like send me links, and then we put, you know, a good list of 5-7 houses together to go look. But I still stick to the initial conversation. And then whenever they're ready, these are the houses that we want to go see. And if I see in the list that there's some houses that they're not going to work for them, and I really know based on the conversation, I don't schedule them. I'm that agent. I won't do it. And then we go see the other ones. And then whenever they're, oh my gosh, this is the perfect house and everything. And then they will ask me, it happens maybe, you know, I don't know, not even half of the time that they would ask me, what about the other house? Well, I didn't schedule it because it didn't have this, this, and this. It didn't fit this, this, and this. And then we have that conversation right there. It squashes it. That's it. It makes it an eye opening. And then that's it. We don't go back to any of that, because just to go and see, because they are curious to see if the pictures match what the house would look like, you know, they're not going to buy it. And it's a waste of time. So you just put it realistically. You walk in the house and you are pointing out in that house what it has that is looking for, then the other ones that they sent you that it doesn't have, and they're not going to be happy with. And that's it. It squashes everything and they move on. They love it. And we keep moving along.
There's a lot of different ideas in there. And these are from people that have shown probably hundreds and hundreds of houses.
does it change anything? Like, see, we're on a pretty low budget, right? So they're looking for that kind of diamond in the rough property. You know, we're in the 200,000 range, right? That they're thinking, oh, well, maybe we can live in it and fix it up. So, you know, it's not going to be the ideal home no matter what. It's something that they think they can make it work. So that's kind of what's drawing this process out a little bit, is that their budget is kind of constraining, you know.
So this is kind of like where your spidey senses kick in, and you have to take control and really look at what is going to work, what is not going to work. So I mean, the different parameters that kick in here is the diamond in the rough may need work. And usually at this price range, a lot of times their financing isn't going to really go for a diamond in the rough. Like there are things that their lender will kick out on the property. So we have to be careful there. That's where our professional opinion and ideas and knowledge kick in to say, hey, I get what you're looking at here and I understand the vision and the dream. However, we're limited because your loan won't work. That house won't work with your type of loan. Or saying, look, I get where you're going, and I get with the fixer-upper and that type of thing. However, we've got to be really careful because these are the type of situations that they think is a great deal and a great idea. But man, living in a house you have to fix up. So if you have to do repairs on the things you see, it's usually due to lack of maintenance, right? They call it deferred maintenance. Okay, if what you see is deferred maintenance, what do you think it is that you don't see this deferred maintenance? So if you think, well, we're going to have to fix this, that, and the other, and this, you better put another zero or another comma or something on that thing, because it's going to cost you more money than you think. And that's where the problem comes in, when we think we're getting a good deal and you're actually, it could be a money pit, and it could be something that actually drives people into foreclosure or bankruptcy very quickly. So we have to be careful with letting people walk themselves into a trap. Go ahead.
Especially when the people don't have experience, they watch too much TV shows. They say, "Oh, we can flip them very cheaper," and then when they go and buy, that's not the reality.
Sure.
They start spending. So
it doesn't work the way they think it is, right? And that's, you know, if your person, Mike, is a general contractor and they've built houses or done construction, you might have an option there. But if it's this typical Bobby and Susie home buyer, yeah, they're probably walking into a trap. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Hey, it's Gladys.
Yeah.
So I had a client that was at 225, and let me tell you, we've been looking for a minute. So that's a range that you usually see lots of defects on the homes and having to redo and whatnot. But as I looked at them and as we sent, because you know, for me, it's mandatory that we read and review the seller disclosure first. And once we look at the seller's disclosure, we see everything that's on there. I start looking at the pictures. Immediately, I let them know. We're not going to go take a look at this house. I need you to see the seller's disclosure has this, this, and this. Also, remember that you're on an FHA loan, and this is not going to pass FHA inspection. So the best thing to do is let's move on to the next one. It took us a minute because in that range, you're going to find those houses. But at the end of the day, we're closing this week. So woohoo. But yeah, you just have to be straight and forward with them. And they're first time home buyers. They get really excited. They have parents that, you know, are great decorators and everything. But at the end of the day, you can't just be patching things up because it's not going to pass. And the lender's not going to accept it. And then now you're going to get in a pickle. You're going to get pushed back. And here we go. We're going to have to start all over again. So let's avoid all of that. Let's move on to the next house.
Can I add something to that as a solution as well? I don't know if you guys thought about it. Have ever done an FHA 203K option before? I mean, I've had a first time buyer, 19-year-old kid, bought a house 220 in League City. It was like stuck in the 70s, but we did a 203K. He got like 30 grand to fix it up on top of the purchase price. You guys ever done a 203K to solve that problem?
I've done them, and I will tell you, they're not the most common loans. And even with that, like you've got to be very careful with the way you get your estimates, where you put your contractor bids together, who's doing the work, all that good stuff. And just to know that you've got to get with a lender who knows how to work a 203K. It's not an every lender thing. Like a 203H, like all these other loans, like they're pretty specific. A 203K, if you guys don't know that, is really, it's an FHA loan that gives you basically money in escrow to make repairs on that property within your loan. So it is an option. Yet again, it's a technical thing. If you've never done it before, I suggest you get somebody to help you out with it, or make sure you get with a lender who's done it a lot and you really latch yourself onto them.
Going back to the showing a lot of houses too, how do you handle it, Ozzy, when you got a husband and a wife that kind of aren't on the same, but husband wants to see this house, wife's not super crazy about it. Wife wants to see this house, husband's not super crazy about it. Do you have that conversation like, hey, y'all need to get on the same page before we start going?
Exactly the conversation. So yeah, and this is where it sounds stupid. I don't even like saying it, but like you almost become like a referee or like their counselor or whatever, where you're like, hey, let's sit down and have a conversation, because I feel like, Bob, you're pulling us to this direction, and Cindy, you're in this direction. And what's happening is neither of you guys' vision of your dream home is matching. So until we get that right, we're just throwing shit on the wall. We really need to sit down and figure out. And this is where you can go through and say, what are your non-negotiables? So if we look at, let's create a top 10. And you could sometimes say, here's what I want to do. I'm going to give you guys a piece of paper. I want you to write down the top 10 things you say are non-negotiables in your perfect house. Cindy, Bob, I want you to write down your top 10 things that are non-negotiables. I want y'all not to look at each other for a minute. We're going to look away from each other. You go on this side of the table. You go on that side of the table. Let's write it down. And then we're going to go over these things together. And what we're going to do is I'm going to let Cindy tell us what she envisioned in a dream house. And then I'm going to let Bob, I'm going to let you tell us what you envision as a dream house. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take each of y'all's top like 3 or 4, and we're going to create a top 10 between the both of you, where we actually begin to align where the dream house is actually similar. Because right now you're looking at 2 totally different houses. Is that fair? Can we do that? And it's just a process to help them walk through and come to an agreement. Because, and this is the crazy thing is, a lot of people don't have the words, they don't have the structure, and nobody's given them the guideline to walk through that process at home. Like, men, we don't know how to communicate very well, and women sometimes don't either. But if you put them together, there's some relationships where it's like, dude, you guys don't even fucking know each other. This is kind of crazy. And it's not to say that they're not meant to be married. It's not to say that you're not meant to be their agent, but you're having to go back from, you're not in the foundation. You're working in the basement. We got to dig out and then build the foundation. And then we can find out what the house is like. And that's a whole nother job. Again, this is why script practice and role play is important. Like, the greatest thing you could possibly do is you have to be a great communicator. Like, you have to be really, really good at helping people to self-discover, communicate, voice what they need to voice. And you have to be great at making sure people don't take advantage of you. You have to be great at making sure you're setting expectations. So communication and conversation is the foundation to this entire industry. It's the foundation of your life. You can be a great communicator. You can have anything you want in this world. If you are not a great communicator, God bless you. It's going to be a struggle. So, yeah. Ashley or Christine, what you got?
I've actually had a couple break out in an argument, and I had to sit down with them, and they were very upset with each other, and I had to walk them through that. And that puts you in a very tough situation, because you don't want to say the wrong things. But then you just have to, everybody has to hear each other out. So that's kind of what we did, was just let her and him both speak and say what they needed to say so that they could get it all out. And then they apologized the next day. So.
Yeah, it can get tough. I'll tell you, I've worked many divorce situations. I used to actually have a direct relationship with an attorney. He's since retired, but he's a family law attorney, which divorce was his main practice. And he would send me all of his divorce people. And you have to learn how to maneuver through that. I'm telling you right now, you're a referee. Like, because most of them, yeah, they shit, we're working with right now. I met with one with Whitney, Me and Whitney took a listing where they're going through a divorce right now. We're walking them through it. And man, just them, you know, I'll be honest, it's a tough situation because he was like, I don't even want this. I want to stay married. Like he said it at the listing appointment. And she's like, well, I'm not happy and I'm done. We're over. And he's like, well, I want to take my time selling the house. And she's like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Like it was a process. And here's the deal is we have to play like in the middle in that situation. I have to say, look, I'm not here to pick a side. I'm here to help each of you be represented and heard and come together to make an agreement and a decision that's going to benefit you both. And right now, it seems like y'all on opposite sides. So I just got to know, is this really even going to happen? Is this even going to sell? Or are we wasting our time? In the end, they said yes. Her timeline was, dang, right? His timeline was, I need 90 days. In the first 30 days, honestly, was not about cleaning the house. And no, it was, he needed to mentally prepare that his wife was leaving him. That was the conversation. And then the next 30 days was, that was the mental. The next 30 days was, we've got to actually sell some stuff and move some stuff out of here. That's a whole nother process. Saying it and then going through the action of actually leaving your spouse or leaving your house by getting rid of stuff, that is the physical commitment. That's a different conversation. And then we just keep rolling. And it's so yes, being a very effective communicator is the game changer. And you're going to be in some situations where you're like, what is happening here? This is very strange. But it's just, I learned, like in a divorce, do not ever favor a side. Because typically in a divorce, their attorney said, you guys have to get together and together choose a real estate agent. And if I choose your side, she's like, I don't trust this motherfucker. He's going to hurt my money. And then if I choose her side, he's going to say, oh, okay. You choosing my wife? Or he could be like, oh, you're hitting on my wife. Okay, motherfucker. Like it gets crazy. Like you don't realize what can happen in these situations. But it's honestly, I love it. I love the mental acrobats that happens. I love walking through the process. Joe, you got something?
Oh, it's not my bad. My thing's just unmuted, but my headset's muted. No, you're good.
So yeah, guys. So just practice. Like I will tell you, like one of the greatest things I learned is I became a certified mediator when I was in 8th grade. And I had to mediate issues at school between kids my age. I had to sit down and I had to learn. And I will tell you, being able to like be a mediator, like is so powerful. To sit here and give people the power to speak their voice. So I would set it up like this. Like, this is crazy. I'm freaking 13 years old. And I would sit between two kids that got in a fight yesterday. And I would have to mediate them. And the conversation went like this. Like, they would sit on either side of the table. They had to first agree to mediation. So their names would come to me in a box. I'd open the box. I'd get the two names. I'd have to go to their class, pick them up, bring them in. And we sit down and I'd have to lay down the ground rules. And I would say, look, man, I'm just a third party that help you guys to be heard. And I'm helping you guys to be able to voice your thoughts and your feelings here. So I'm not going to choose a side. It's not how we're going to operate. Number one, we do not ever attack a person. You can attack a behavior, but you cannot attack a person. So you will not call him names and you will not call him names. It's okay to say, what you said to me hurt my feelings, right? That's okay. You're attacking a behavior, not feeling. Number one. Number two, one of the most powerful statements you can ever learn is an I feel statement, because you are never wrong with an I feel statement. So instead of saying, you're an asshole, right? You can say, what you did the other day made me feel like this. You said this, and that made me feel like this. And you are never wrong in that. And what we're going to do is when someone is saying an I feel statement, on the other side, we need to throw down our guard and we need to try to understand where they're coming from. And if we are not willing to do that, this mediation will never work. So we're going to take turns, and I'm going to flip a coin, and you get to call it. Okay, head, boom. Okay, tails. You get to call. Would you like to go first, or would you like to listen first? Okay, great. You're going to go first. So what I'm going to ask you to do is you are going to listen. I'm going to ask you to please to kind of take away your facial expressions and not really judge or rebuttal. I'm going to ask you to do your best to listen with empathy, with his non-judgment, and just let them have their time to speak. And I will give you your time to speak and you will be heard, believe it. But do not listen to rebuttal, listen to learn. And if we can do that, we can move forward. Do we both agree on this? Okay, great. So go ahead and start and you'll have your chance and we're just going to listen. And you would just let them walk through it. And I will tell you, every time, both of them would end up crying. Both of them would apologize. And both of them will realize, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself or something else that I cannot control. And I'm taking it on you. And I'm sorry. And I got to tell you, it is the most powerful thing you can learn to do. When you can learn to mediate other people, you can learn to mediate through your own shit too. And it becomes crazy powerful. And that year of mediation, I must have done it 13, 17 times. And every time I realized, like, I'm upset and I need to deal with me. And I need to do my best not to like, this is the saying is, someone else cut me and I'm bleeding on everyone else. And that's not okay. I need to figure out how to handle that shit. And it became a really good healing process for me. But this is the journey that we get to go on with other people and we learn to effectively communicate. I love this industry because I get to help other people go on that journey over and over and over again. Real estate agents, sales, divorces, all kinds of situations. And it's so powerful. It's ridiculous. It's changed my life. And I learned it at 13. That's pretty wild. But I'll tell you, most adults don't know how to communicate. Most adults don't know how to listen. Most adults do not know how to fucking apologize. They don't know how to own their shit because nobody taught them. And I think if we learn to change that in the world, man, everything will change. Learn to be a communicator, learn to be a listener, learn to have empathy, try to stay out of judgment, and let people have their space to say what they're going to say. And don't let everything come a bitch session and let people complain their way into drama. But give people space to be who they are. But know the difference. Know the difference. Cool? Does that help? Does this make sense? I went deep.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, guys, learn that. I feel statements. Oh my God. And I feel statement is so powerful. Not attacking a person, attacking a behavior. So powerful. Somebody unmuted. Go ahead.
Yes, it's me. Oh, see, I have a question. Do you have a book that you can recommend us to read for mediation? I have a couple of friends that they got in trouble, and he say, I would like to sell the house. But I didn't want to go there first because I want her to agree and everything. Mm-hmm. But I would like to read the book first and then see how can I approach there. He wants to sell the house, but I don't know about her.
I have never read a book on mediation. I've only been through the training and I've done mediations. I will tell you the book that I think of automatically is a book called Fierce Conversations. If you've never read the book Fierce Conversations, I challenge you to pick that book up. Another book that kind of is in that same realm of relationship building is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Okay.
They are both powerful books that help you behave a little more in empathy. They also help you to understand human relationships and how conversations can take you to the next level and how like shutting your ass up can take you to the next level too. So those are, I would say, start with Fierce Conversations. Anybody else got any books about that? Like,
Ozzy.
Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. The whole I feel statement, I'm going to be honest and tell you that 18, 19 years ago, that saved my marriage. And the book that comes to my mind right now, and I love all the other ones you said too, because those are great. The 5 Love Languages was also a big one.
Yeah. If you haven't read the 5 Love Languages, guys, and there's one for your kids, there's one for your spouse, but it's just, the statement I get when you say the 5 love languages is this. You know how they say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you? Well, the 5 love languages takes it to the next level. Do unto others as you know they would want you to do unto them. So here's the deal is understanding that I'm a hugger, right? Love hugging. And I'm just like, that's kind of one of my love languages, physical touch. And if you go to somebody who their love language is words of affirmation or praise or even gifts, right? And I'm trying to hug you, and you're like, whoa, back the fuck up. I don't really play that game. I'm not a hugger. So the rule says do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But here's the truth is, if I get to know you and I know what your love language is, I really shouldn't force my love language on you. I should adopt yours and help you with that. Like I should head in that direction. So I'll challenge y'all, guys, y'all come up, scoot towards the front. I feel lonely. You don't understand. I have separation anxiety. No, I'm just joking. But so yeah, the 5 love language, Jack, and I think that's a great freaking book. Who here has read the 5 love languages? Great book. Great book. Yeah, the workbooks, they got tests and stuff. Yeah, you can take the test. There's actually a test you can take that will tell you what your love language is. I challenge you and your spouse to take it and then go over with each other and talk about what your love languages are. The 5 love languages. They have them. They have one for you and your kids. That's a cool one.
Y'all know what my favorite love language is in the brokerage?
Shut up, Joe. He's gonna say something crazy. Go ahead, Joe.
Call the damn lead.
That's right.
All the damn leads.
All in the damn leads.
That is my favorite love language. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that helped, Jacqueline. I hope know we all go through those situations. All right. What time is it? I don't know. Oh wow, we went deep on that. Okay, so real quick, gratitudes and bucket fillers. What are you guys grateful for today? I want to hear it.
I have some. I am.
Go ahead, Chelsea.
Sorry, I'm so grateful for the Global Community Cares ladies. I'm unable to participate today, and they are so gracious with me, and they're like, "It's fine, we'll get you covered." So huge shout out to my girls for covering for me today, and also for Robin. I had some showings that I needed to do today, which I'm also not able to do, and so she also stepped up to take that on. So just very thankful for our community.
Let's go. We take care of each other. What you got, Jeanette?
I'm going on vacay Saturday.
Let's go. Where are you going?
Shut up. We're going for a whole week.
Hey, be careful of the water. Yeah, right. Cabo side, it's dangerous. Yeah, you have to go inland, or you have to find like coves. The drop off in the rip current, like it kills people every year. Like they're like most of the resorts you go to, there's big signs that say do not swim.
Yeah.
And we don't realize, like, so our ocean, like here on this side, Gulf of Mexico, everything, this is how it goes, right? It's slowly the Pacific side. So that current will just, it's kind of wild the way it does. But it's, man, I got to tell you, it makes for beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
Like it is gorgeous. Like, and if you stay like by the water, you can just hear the waves. Like it feels like it's hitting your building, but it's like, I loved it. Like Cabo's freaking badass. So the whole crew?
The whole family's going, yeah.
Ooh, let's see you. Where y'all staying?
It's a resort. My dad has a penthouse, Playa Grande.
Okay.
So he said, I got the space, you buy your flight and you're spending money. I was like, bet.
I need a grandpa. You want to adopt me?
Okay, Dad.
I might jump in, right? I might jump in on this.
So yeah, no, we've been there a couple times. So, but this was since last year. He's like, I'm selling my timeshare.
Do your kids speak Spanish?
No, they're no Savo kids.
Savo kids? Damn. I'm a Savo kid too, kind of.
Yeah, they're no Savo. Because Robert's a no Savo kid.
What? I thought he spoke more Spanish. No. So you better teach us that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's go on vacation. All right, I need at least 2 more gratitudes and bucket fillers. What y'all got?
My anniversary today.
Let's go, Mike. Hey, how many years?
26.
Holy, let's go. Guys, to make it past 10 is huge. 20 giant. Man, 26, Mike. Testament, brother. Let's go. I love it.
It's 26 for me. It's like 46 for her, I think. Like,
yeah, with you crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, men are we're cavemen, man. Takes a good woman to turn us into somebody decent.
Half the complaints go in one ear out the other. Just
We're doing our best.
I love you, babe. It's all good.
We're doing what today? When was this plan? I told you 3 weeks ago, and yesterday, the day before. I'm like, pretty sure you didn't. She's like, on the calendar. All right, yeah. So we fall short of the glory, but 26 years, freaking fantastic, Mike. That's awesome. One more. What you got, Ace?
Grateful for our community and culture within our office and everything, and just how we're all wanting to continue to grow, and then how we empower. I mean, it's agent empowering agents, which I'm always just grateful that we are doing that with each other. So
good deal. Let's go. All right, we're gonna get into some more growth. Let's be real, guys. Who's been reading the book? Like wherever you're at what page are you on? How much have you read? What do you think about it? So truly, I missed a week because I wasn't here. So we went from 9 to 11. Now we're really from 11 on. But I'll tell you, like, I don't care where you're at. I just want you to read the book. So this is Atomic Habits for all the new folks. This is the book we're reading Wednesday mornings at 8:30. We're going to discuss it. We're going to walk through it. Today's Wednesday, right? Oh my gosh.
yes,
I was like, oh, am I wrong? I don't know the days half the time. They all run together. Today is Wednesday. So yes, we do study books. So if you don't have it, get it. I listen to it on Audible, and then I go in here and I kind of put my markers and stuff. So before I talk about the habit things that it's kind of been working on in me, I want to hear from you guys. Like, what are you picking up from it? Is there anything that spoke to you? Is there something you're implementing? Even just a page or a paragraph that got you. I'm going to leave the floor open, and I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes.
I think it's kind of like what you've been talking about in boot camp, where it's kind of like rewarding your hard work, and also like just bad habits. Like it goes into like sometimes we'll reward bad habits, but yet really we need to focus on rewarding good habits and everything. And also whenever you work super hard, to look for that reward and actually do reward yourself.
Yeah.
So
there's cues, habits, rewards, and sometimes we don't realize the cue kicks into having the but rewards are, man, we are conditionable creatures, right? Like dogs, you can condition a human being one way or another. So you can condition yourself.
like a reward week-long vacation. Like,
There you go. Yeah, you work your ass off. You're like, what am I doing this for? To go to Cabo with my family. Hell yeah. What else? Anything about the book? Or here's the deal. If you, in the world of habits, if you are picking up good habits, if there's something you've done to help you with your habits, make that a part of this conversation too. That's really what we're discussing here. I'll leave it open.
I mean, to that point you just made, one of the things that I've learned, I'm probably the oldest one here. I think I am. Pretty sure I am. So I can tell you.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have it. Shut up, Devin. Go ahead.
And one of the things I learned in sales is, I've heard it here. I've only been here in and out a few times, but I've heard it here. Figure out what's productive and focus on that, right? Eliminate the noise. You got to eliminate the noise every day. So, stay away from the email that doesn't mean anything. Stay away from the phone calls that don't mean anything, and dedicate time to what makes you money.
I'm going to tell you right now, that email is a trap.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to tell you, do you think I checked my email today? No. I am not going to check my emails probably till around like noon. You want it? And people are like, you didn't get the email? And somebody people are like, did you get the text? I'm like, no, I'm not checking that shit. Why? Because number one, I get here, I get focused on this. Then I go straight into Legion. I'm making my calls. And you know what happens when you get an email? Oh, I got to take care of this shit.
Yeah.
And you start doing it, and you put off the priority. And really, all you did was busy work. It didn't move the needle. It didn't get you really where you wanted to go. It didn't build a habit that you really need. It was a damn distraction. That email is a trap, man.
I mean,
such a huge trap.
Condition the people that you do business with to know that, hey, if it's important, call me.
There's a good one.
I don't live by email or text.
If you've ever been in here before, and I've got a sales call or a non-real estate call from 9 to 11, what do I usually say? Y'all heard
I'll
me?
get with you after
Now I'm mean. I'm like, don't ever call me from 9 to 11 again.
It's Legion time.
I was like, it's Legion time. Like I'll get not nasty, but I will tell them like, look, man, from 9 to 11, I call my leads. I build my business. I feed my family. Don't ever call me from 9 to 11 again. If you want to make a sale with me, you need to call me afternoon. Hopefully I pick up. Maybe I won't. But if you call me 9 to 11 again, I'm going to block you and you'll never get a chance again. Don't do that shit. Okay, have a great day. Boom. Right? Or sometimes I'll be like, okay, this is lead gen. And I'll say, hey, are you looking for a job? I'm going to lead generate and convert them into somebody get a real estate license or something, right? I'm going to flip it into something. 9 to 11, I condition people like, don't do that. Don't waste my time. All right. What else? Habits. Anything to talk about in that realm? I'll get into some things in a minute, but I want y'all to open up and talk.
I mean, just to kind of like add to what he was saying, just and like what you were saying, just going down that rabbit hole and just getting rid and then adding friction to bad habits is what I had a note of, and then remove the friction for good habits. That was kind of like making good habits inevitable, and just doing the good, like make the bed, put up your line.
Yeah, so hold on, let's talk about this. Does anybody know what she means by remove the friction for good habits? Think about this. Okay, so let's talk about working out, right? So what happens if you go, I'm gonna work out in the morning and you're about to get up and you're like, nah, I'm gonna go back to bed, right? So I'll tell you, and this is a perfect example today. I slept in my workout clothes. And when I was out this morning, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back. I deserve this rest. I'm mentally tired. I stayed up till midnight doing this, that, and the other. I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then something happened. I looked at my chest. I saw the F3 on my shirt, and I was like, shit, you're already dressed. So I got up and I went and worked out 5:30 in the morning. But so that's removal of friction, right? So imagine this: if you know you got to work out the next day, go to bed at a good time. That's a removal of friction. So you're not crazy damn tired in the morning. Maybe get your workout clothes and set them right next to the bed. Your shoes, your shorts, your shirt, whatever it's going to take, right? Set it next to the bed. And when your alarm goes out, I set the alarm 3 times, right? I got to wake. It's 4:40, 4:45, and 4:50 because I need reminders. So all those things have helped push me past the friction. I removed it. I've made it easy. And then finally, when I'm fighting with myself, another cue is I ask myself, what would a healthy person do? A healthy person will work out. Well, guess what, Ozzy? You're a healthy person. Get your ass up and go work out. That's what I'll do. And that's what I do. That's the flow through. So what is it for you? So if we're talking about lead generation, what are things you can do to remove the friction, create a bunker to protect your lead generation time so that you actually commit to the habit and stick to the habit?
Not check emails and get down the rabbit hole.
Not check emails, the distraction. What else?
Time block.
Time block. Put it on your calendar. What did she say? Not getting on social media. Man, that TikTok trap is wild, man. I watch the stupidest videos, and later I'm like, what are you doing? You wasted your life. You wasted the last 15 minutes watching fucking cat videos. This is bad. This is real bad.
Not making the excuses, not allowing those excuses to get in the way.
So yeah, protecting your mind. Here's the deal: is putting yourself in an environment. So if you come in here and you're in the war room from 9/11, you think you've increased your vibrations or your energy or your bunker to protect your legion? Yes. Because man, there's times when I'm like, I'll see 2 people talking about some random shit. I'm like, hey, is that legion? What are you doing? And they like, and it makes people uncomfortable. I need you to know when I do it, I do it with love. I want to protect your time for you to pay your bills and make your money and go on your vacations. Like, that's how you do it. Lead gen creates the money to go do the shit you want to do. So something was in my face. I don't know what the hell just happened. But so I think it was. So understand this. It's a conversation of love to tell someone, hey, is that what you should be doing right now? What do you think you should be doing? Okay, let's do that. And it's going to be lead generation, obviously, right? So being around that environment where people are going to hold you accountable. It's a big bunker builder. Being in a room full of people making calls and hearing somebody else like if somebody makes a call, gets an appointment, rings the bell, what do you think that's going to do for you? It give you some anxiety. It could inspire you. Whatever it is, I don't give a crap, but it tells you I should do what they're doing. Oh my God, they're doing something productive. Look at them. They just created an opportunity for their family to make money. I should probably do the same shit. Or sometimes some of you guys think like, well, I don't want to go to the office because I get distracted. And then you're at home playing a fucking video game, or you're at home like, I got to do the laundry. Like I get it's got to get done. I'm not saying the laundry doesn't have to be done, but does it have to be done then? Because change it, change the time blocking, like maneuver it. But I will tell you, like understanding that first, like from the time you wake up to 11 a.m. is the freshest your battery is going to be all day. It's the most charged your battery is going to be all day. So if you know you're in essence, you're the best version of yourself before 11 a.m. Before the day pisses you off. Before people say some shit you don't want to hear. Before you read that email that took you down that rabbit hole that really sucked your damn energy, right? So if you know that's the best version of you, you should work on using the best version of you to accomplish the best things you can. The things that are actually going to move the needle. The things that are going to change your life. I challenge you to start at home. When you wake up, are you getting your exercise? When you wake up, what are you putting in your body? When you wake up, are you having a conversation with your spouse? Like, here's the deal is, it's kind of sad the way we operate, and your most precious person in your whole universe is right there next to you or whatever, and they're like, they want to talk about something, and you're like, can we talk about that tonight when we have more time? And I get it. You want to give it the respect, but here's the, what do you think your energy is like at 5 or 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.? It's garbage, right? Like it's the worst part of your battery. So you're telling me you're giving the worst part of your battery to the most important person in your life. It's a bullshit way to do things, right? I will tell you, find a way to reverse that as much as you can. Like I will tell you, at night, my wife and I have a session of conversation. In the morning, we have a session of conversation. We make sure to connect multiple times through the day. But I do my best in the morning to have that morning connection with her. What does the day look like? What do we need to accomplish? Is there anything I can do better for you today? And she dropped some bombs on me. And I love that she's told me things in the morning, because I think about all day, like, how can I be better at that? Oh shit, I fucked that up. Oh my goodness, I let her down. I really need to work on that. I'll tell you, like recently, like one of our things that we're working through is I will get on the computer and just work. I have an office in my house, and I will just work until 1 or 2 in the morning. And she says, I get it. That's who you are. She said, but can you do me a favor? Like, I just want one thing from you. Lay down with me until I go to sleep. Like, spend that last 30 minutes, hour of my day with me. When I go to sleep and I'm sound asleep, you can get up and go do what you want to do. But give me that time. And it's a game changer, man. Because when we go to bed like that, we wake up so much better. And that was something where I was like, no, every night I'm like, I honestly, I go home, I eat dinner, I hang out with them, we watch a movie, we do something, and probably like 9:30 or 10, I go to the lab and I'm just like, what can I create? Who do I need to talk to? What are we doing? What are we building? What's the next system? What's the next structure? And I do it till like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I wake up at 4:45. So by the time I really get a conversation with my wife or energy, it's like, I'm done, man. I'm blasted. And that's fucking horrible. What an ass of me. So I've absolutely worked on fixing that for the past like week, because I know you guys were getting tired of me message y'all like 1, 2 in the morning, like, this is what we're doing, this is going on. Or I wake up at 5, I'm like, I got a new initiative, this is what I want us to do, right? And y'all think I'm fucking crazy, but it's shifted my energy completely to where I'm actually more productive. But it's little things. What is the tiny habit?
That's a great point. I used to have that habit when I had an organization. I used to work like that and send emails at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I realized that I had to re-engineer my style, because today's people in corporate America aren't wired that way. They don't want to be emailed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I changed I in my emails, I just went in and put deliver by 8 o'clock in the morning.
So the deliver on the text message
Yeah.
is awesome until they have a fucking Android and it don't work, right? But the deliver on text message works really good on the iPhone.
Okay.
Like I love that,
I didn't know
man.
you could do that on the app.
Yeah, you can schedule a text. So that's what I do. I used to just send them at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm like, this is not fair. I've also told people like, man, turn off your notifications because I might send you some crazy stuff, especially on your email. But I will send an email at any hour, but text message I set it up to go at a certain time.
Yeah, there are a
So-
lot of people using to phone, don't receive phone calls after 9, after 10, depending on how they
Yeah.
working.
And I'm the guy that
Including
hits
my
it.
partners, they don't answer me after 10. You know, really, this is emergency.
I hit the notify anyway button. Piss people off. I'm kidding. But guys, so what is the habit? I'm going to ask you right now, what is and this goes back to the one thing, but what is the one thing you can do that by doing that one thing, it makes all other things unnecessary or irrelevant? And ask yourself that question over and over and over again. To come down and say, what is the one thing I can do today that will absolutely change my life? And and this is why it's called atomic habits. Atomic habits is doing something tiny that has a massive impact, like an atomic bomb, right? You take the smallest particle and you can destroy a nation. And I want you to think that's what a habit can do. The smallest habit, the tiniest hinge can swing the biggest damn door when you choose the right habit and the right hinge. What is it? Me, I drink nothing but water is one of my I love habits. And I created the habit, and we order Ozarka here for the office because I want people to consume as much water as possible. Right? I think it's pretty safe to say you probably never seen me drink a soda. You know, and it doesn't make me better. Like no, it's just that one habit changed my life because I want to live. I want to see my kids get old. I want to meet my grandchildren. And I know that one habit can help it. It's not to say that I'm not going to get called home earlier, but if I'm going to give myself a fighting chance, what's the one thing I can do? Let's drink some damn water. Consume your water.
Jazzy.
Yes, sir. What you got, Mike?
Man, this is screaming. Have y'all seen that Admiral McCraven YouTube little clip? Talk about if you want to change the world, make your bed. You seen that one?
I make my bed every morning. This is just like that, Mike. Yeah. But
so for anyone that doesn't know who this guy is, like he's like I don't know, some admiral, right? He was the leading commander on the Osama bin Laden like raid. Like he was the one that was like in charge of all that. And he gives like this commencement speech for West Point. And he talks about if you want to change the world, you make your bed. And everyone's like starts laughing. And he tells them, no, it's basically about, and you can YouTube this. It's a real short YouTube video, but it's powerful. I show it to my students every year, but it's like you start the day with a simple task, like Ozzy's saying, that you know that you can complete. You take pride in it. You know, you basically start the day off with a win, and then everything kind of falls in place after that. And then even if you have like the worst day ever and the whole world comes crashing apart, at the end of the day, you walk into your room and your bed's made. So it's like you end on a positive. So it's a bed that you made to start the day. So like, it's a really powerful speech. Like I said, I think it's worth everyone's 3 minutes to watch it, but that's one little thing that people can do to start their day that just gets everything going.
How many of y'all make your bed every morning?
I say that and I don't make mine, but I'm just saying it's a great video.
It is, but I do. I make the bed every single morning. My wife's already gone. I make it and I get out. All right, guys, y'all ready? Affirmation time. Everybody up to the front. We're gonna knock out this affirmation. We're gonna get our ass to work. Let's go. Come on, muchachito. What are we gonna say today? What's a really good affirmation to get us going? Let's give him this thing. Come on. Okay, come on. All right, what are we gonna say today? What's a good affirmation? Somebody give me some ideas. We're gonna say, wake the up for Devin. Nah, make your bed.
Come on,
I think it could be symbolic, right? What do you think? If Lori's not digging this, I can tell in her face. She's not poker face. Well, give us something then. If you
No, I like make your bed.
make your bed.
Yeah.
All right, do
Create
something.
habits.
Basically, it just means do something small to start a habit and begin your day. I think that's fair enough. Coming from Mike, you ready, Mike? Make your bed. Here we go. Make your bed. 1, 2, 3.
Make your bed. Make your
Yes.
bed. Make your bed.
Make your bed. Yeah.
I am. I got here.
Hello.
I got here. I made it.
What's that?
I almost crashed. Huh? Is he still with the broker? Good morning. How are you? Good morning. I can't believe you're here. Only stop all this yawning. Good morning.
10 years.
Good morning. Good morning.
You're a hot morning. Good morning.
Trying to get away. Good morning. Oh, good morning. I am. I'm like a furnace.
No, I felt it.
My workout this morning whooped my ass. It was great. I loved it. But yeah, I'm a furnace right now. Oh yeah, we got a ton of enchiladas.
You got the enchiladas.